Today is Thursday, September 24. My name is Pastor Michael, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Today our text comes from Ezra 6. Then the people of Israel, the priests, the Levites, and the rest of the exiles celebrated the dedication of the house of God with joy. Today, I want to focus on the last phrase of this text, with joy. The Israelites celebrated the completion of the new temple of God with joy. To fully appreciate this phrase, we need to recall how the nation got here and how they almost missed out on this joy. In Ezra 1, we are told that God moved the heart of Cyrus, king of Persia, to bring an end to Israel's Babylonian captivity. He allowed them to go home. More than that, he made provision for them to rebuild the temple of God. Not only could Israel return to the land God had given them, but they were enabled to begin worshiping him again properly. God was clearly on the move. However, once they started rebuilding, their neighbors recognized that if this temple rebuilding project succeeded, it would not be good for said neighbors. Israel would increase and the neighbors would decrease. These neighbors recognized that Israel's success was in the hands of her God. The temple's rebuilding and the reestablishment of proper worship would mean that God was present among these Israelites. That would be a problem. So the neighbors set out to ensure that God stayed away. Several attempts failed. They were finally successful when they sent a letter to the new Persian king, highlighting that Jerusalem had been a difficult and rebellious city. If the temple and city were rebuilt, it was bound to rebel again. An order was issued to halt the project. The rebuilding Israelites all went to their homes, focused on their own well-being, and God stayed away. Well, sort of. You see, God was at work, moving the hearts of kings. And now he needed to move the hearts of his people. So he sent them two prophets, Haggai and Zechariah. Both of them have books included in the Bible which give details about how God moved his people back to the rebuilding project. Two things are worth highlighting from those books. First, from Haggai. The people have gone about the business of rebuilding their economy. Despite their best efforts and their hard work, it isn't going so well. When Haggai comes along and says it's time to start rebuilding again, the people say, "Look, we are working really hard, barely making it, so we really don't have time or money for the temple." To which Haggai responds, "Don't you think that if you put God first, he will take care of your needs?" Zechariah adds this, "The hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this temple. His hands will also complete it. Then you will know that the Lord Almighty has sent me to you." Essentially, God puts a fleece before Israel. Put me first, and I will take care of you. Sounds like something Jesus echoed. Seek first God's kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33. The Israelites sent a letter to the new Persian king, letting him know that the previous one had sent them home to rebuild the temple. And they started rebuilding. Soon, a reply came from Persia, giving permission for the rebuilding. But there was more in the royal letter. In it, the neighbors who interfered are instructed to give daily provisions for the rebuilding and for the workers. Now we understand the joy of the people celebrating the completion of the temple. They had seen what God does. God had kept his word. I wonder how much joy we miss out on because we don't heed Jesus' words. Seek first God's kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. As you journey on, go with the blessing of God. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you, wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May your day end with rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May you rest in his provision as he brings night, and then a new dawn.